Good morning and welcome to Next 4 Years, your daily briefing on the U.S. government under President Donald Trump. Today is Monday, July 28, 2025. From his Scotland retreat, President Trump issued a new 10-12-day ultimatum to Russia to move toward ending the war in Ukraine or face harsh sanctions. Ukraine's President Zelensky welcomed the pressure. The Kremlin responded that military operations continue unperturbed. The U.S. announced a new trade framework with the EU, including 15% reciprocal tariffs and a $600 billion EU investment, with European imports of U.S. energy assets projected at $750 billion by 2028. Oil prices rose on the news, with Brent crude up 2% to the $70 barrel. In an unexpected reversal, the Commerce Department has temporarily rolled back export restrictions, particularly on NVIDIA's H20 AI chips, to support ongoing trade negotiations in a planned Trump-Xi meeting this year. Former security officials warned the move could undercut U.S. tech dominance. Attorney General Pam Bondi filed an official complaint against U.S. District Judge James Boasberg, citing his prior criticism of Trump immigration policy and alleging public comments undermine judicial neutrality. The Education Department has opened a civil rights investigation into Duke University and its law journal, alleging racial preferences in editor selection, hiring, admissions, and scholarship awards. Duke joins Harvard in the administration's pushback on diversity initiatives. The administration is evaluating strategic engagement with Myanmar to access critical rare earth minerals, potentially involving coordination with India and the Quad. The proposals include easing sanctions or appointing a special envoy, though no decisions have been finalized yet. Vice President J.D. Vance is touring Ohio to rally support for the tax and border reform bill, promising elimination of income taxes on tips and overtime. Despite vocal opposition from Democrats, including concerns over Medicaid cuts, Vance frames it as a working-class win despite CBO projections of a $3.4 trillion long-term debt rise. Trump reiterated calls for the Fed to immediately cut interest rates, signaling ongoing pressure on Chair Powell. Simultaneously, he restated willingness to confront insurance carriers and hospitals over medical debt and regulatory costs, as Medicaid disputes continue in federal court. Today's agenda underscores a high-tempo Trump administration, demanding urgent Russian concessions, pursuing progressive trade frameworks, softening tech controls for diplomatic gain, challenging judicial independence, pushing back on campus diversity norms, doubling down on foreign mineral access strategies, and advancing messaging for transformative fiscal legislation while continuing pressure on the Fed. Thank you for tuning in to Next 4 Years.